What do you do after you get the girl's number? How do you follow up? And the first thing that guys do when they follow up is they text.
The thing about texting, though, is you can't just rely on your text game. Even if you're the best texter in the world, you're the most witty person in the world, what matters the most is your initial conversation and how well that went. Because some girls will just give you a number because they're like, okay, he's cool enough, but they won't respond because you weren't polarizing, you weren't being amazing, you weren't being awesome. So that matters a lot. But with that said, if you have a solid interaction initially and you have some solid text game, then it's going to be really easy to get a girl out on a date. One of the most important things you have to understand about texting is that you can't just be like this new person. You have to be congruent to who you were when you first met her. So if you were the dorky but charming guy, you can't all of a sudden be that lovable asshole now over text because it's not congruent. You have to maintain your personality and really be true to who you are. And that's why when you read a bunch of your friends' text, or a guy's text who is really good with girls, what works for him might not work for you because that's not your personality. That's not who you conveyed that you were when you first met the girl.
There are a bunch of great text examples in Project Go, and one of my favorites is in Chapter 1, in the episode where I show you how to get good really fast. And I basically show you how to remain congruent from that initial interaction and carry it through to your text conversation.
Another thing I want to talk about is phone calls. Many guys avoid calling girls on the phone because they think it's awkward, because you have to talk to them. But what do we learn about awkward things, right? Or at least what you think right now about what is awkward. It's really not awkward, and it helps you a lot.
When I first started out, the thing that was harder than actually approaching a girl was calling a girl. I couldn't do it. I would seriously walk around for 2 hours with the girl's number on my phone, like ready to go.
Oh my God.
And I would not call.
I know exactly how that feels. And it's similar to just starting over the approach again. That's really what it is, because you've never done it before.
Not only that, you have the ego validation of getting her number. And
so you don't want to fail.
Yeah, you think to yourself, fuck, I got her number. I don't want to think that I failed with this girl when I already succeeded in getting her number.
But the thing is, a lot of guys will just go for a text. And they're just going to text a girl, and they just keep texting. And although there are many girls who I've only texted and we met up via text, calling a girl is so much more effective. In order to show you how powerful phone calls can be, we have a few episodes in Project Go where we actually take the phone and call a girl. I remember one that you did where you're calling the girl and you're asking her out on the date, and then another one that was kind of on the opposite side where David...
He just met the girl, and then he basically gets her address through the phone that night to have sex.
Yep.
Hello?
Hey, what's...
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm just chilling in Hollywood, about to go back to my place. What are you guys up to?
Yeah, no, I think you need to come down.
Okay, text me your address, and I'll let you know when I'm coming through, okay?
Okay, we'll do.
Okay, later.
So there's two ways, right? One is where you get her number and then you call a couple texts and maybe you call a couple days later. But one of my favorite things to do is when I get a girl's number at night, I call her at the end of the night to see what she's up to. You'll be surprised at how many girls are up to nothing that night.